Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Youth Speak on African Town Hall Online Television. This program is set up for the rising generations of Africa and for the purpose of helping them have a chance to learn how to speak up. We are all aware of the need to hear the voice of these generations of Africa now, so that the required and necessary preparation for life would happen for them in order to change the way things are in Africa that all of us are desirous to have changed. The African Town Hall Online Television and the Town Hall Communication Company is set up to leverage the power of technology to give voice to the rising generations of Africa, that they may be able to have a chance to say what they must say, let their own voice be heard, so that we will know that they are here. This is the time for the rising generations of Africa to speak up. If you are out there and hearing us, we invite you to come and view as one of us, as arranged every evening, comes up to share his thoughts, his hustle, his dreams, his aspirations, or even her dreams, her aspirations. This is for both male and female of the rising generations of Africa. We give them this chance to come and speak up. Our intention is to have them speak to the rising generations of Africa, to speak to those who are ruling in Africa today, and to share their views on what they think, what they are learning, what they know, and what they would like to do best to improve their lives. If you are joining us, we invite you to leave a comment, ask a question. Our speaker today is Isaiah Brave Banda, who lives in Cape Town, South Africa. Isaiah Brave Banda is an upcoming entrepreneur who has very high and lofty dreams. Currently, he's a merchandiser at a petrol station. He's a young social African activist and a member of Project 30 Before 30. He would love to share his views on pursuing your dreams to success. He will help narrate 5 basic principles that he thinks will help every young adult to find their way. Those principles are working for him right now, and because of that, he wants to share it with the rest of the rising generations of Africa, hoping that one person might be inspired. When I have a chance to listen to talks, I usually look forward for an opportunity to become that one person who will change his address, change his lifestyle for good, because of what was given in a training that was provided. So we are looking forward to Isaiah Brave Banda to arrive the studios, so he will take up the rostrum and speak to us. While we are anticipating Isaiah's arrival, there are a number of things I would like to share with you about this young man. This young man is a determined person. I had an opportunity to spend some 2 years with him in the Nigerian Enugu mission of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. During those periods, I watched him grow, develop, evolve. I saw him acquire new great habits, and I looked at him dream, express his dreams, and I saw that he had acquired some lofty and challenging dreams of what he wants to do with his life. All of us, if we hope to make it in this life, we need to be sure that we can have dreams, lofty dreams for that matter. I love dreams and dreaming. As a young man, many years back, I had dreams of what I'm doing today, of the opportunity to impact on life and on society. I had dreams of how I can give big time of myself, of the powers that I have from my resources to ensure that people, everyone around me, anyone who can hear me, who will meet me, will find a voice of their own with which they can do what they must do. Okay, I think we're able to have Isaiah Brave Banda arrive in the studio. Isaiah, please welcome. We have missed you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and how are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you. The whole of Africa have been standing waiting for you. We are glad to have you. It is
Thank you
my
very much.
pleasure and honor to turn the time over to Isaiah Brave Banda, who is talking to us from out of Cape Town, South Africa. Isaiah.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's my great privilege and honor to be here with you and to share my views and my thoughts on the vision topic concerning the youth, the rising generation of Africa, on how we can wake up and be a generation that will take Africa to the next level as entrepreneurs and also as leaders of this great continent of Africa. I'm so grateful for the idea that was brought by Francis Meribe, who is also a good friend of mine, to lighten up our minds and our abilities and confidence that we can lead Africa in a different way than we see today. My topic is how can we pursue our dreams to success. So like in each and every aspect of life, we have dreams. When we ask kids in school, in kindergarten or nursery school, they always have dreams. We always had dreams to become a pilot, a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, and so on and so forth. So we always try to pursue these dreams to make them success, which is the greatest thing that everyone has to know how to reach to that level of perfection. So in my own life, I am not an expert in anything. These are just normal ideas, and they're just things that each and every one of us have heard them before. We do, and we know them better than I do. But it's just some views that I think can also help, which are also like pushing me a little bit more harder than I was. So the first thing, like the principles that I jotted down that I want to share with you tonight are five basic principles. There might be millions and hundreds of thousands of ideas that are in the world that can help us to pursue our dreams and to make them a reality. And now, before I start, like, what is a dream? A dream is a goal, is something that we want to achieve, is something that you really want to get to in a certain period of time. It may be in a year, in a month, in a decade, 100 years, or any amount of time. So I remember some time ago, Francis Melide taught us that a life without a vision is not worth living. So it is good, it is natural for us to have a dream, to have something that we look up to, something that we need to achieve at a particular time. But now the thing is, how can we achieve these things? Because we have been told, like, we can be lawyers, we can be governors, we can be even leaders of nations. But now, how can we get there? Where can we start from? And how can we discover our talents and our abilities that can take us to our dreams? And first thing that I believe in is to find our potential and our vision. So now, if we know our capabilities, if we know our abilities that this is the thing that I want to do, then we follow that thing. But now, like in most cases, like we have that kind of fear. You understand? But we don't have anything. I don't have anywhere to start from. Or maybe I'm not good enough. Something like that. But the thing is, like, God has given each and every one a gift, each and every one of us a gift. Some are good in talking, some are good in sports, art, and so on and so forth. So these are the skills, these are the capabilities that they can help us to achieve or to get to that top level that we need to go. You understand? So once we discover these abilities, then now we take a step, we take action, because we don't just a dream without a goal, without action, it's just a mere dream. But once we dream and then we take action, now where can we start from? We start from where we are, the little we have, whether it's in entrepreneurship or anything, just get ready to get started. You understand? So that's the first principle, is to find your potential and your vision. You dream high. Don't look down upon yourself like, okay, because like I don't have that, or I don't have this, or maybe this is for maybe for the Western world. No, African youth, they have all the abilities, all the capabilities for us to change this continent to the level that other continents are, like in the Western world, Europe, America, Asia, or wherever it may be. So we must find our vision, our strengths, our capabilities, and our passions, and follow it. And once we follow those visions, definitely one time, one day we'll get there. But now, success to our dreams is not a cheap something. It is something that will come with a lot of sacrifices. It's very, very demanding. You know why? The difference between this is what Jack Ma said, the most richest man in China. He said that the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people, they don't give up. You understand? So if you see the lives of like Bill Gates, all these Mark Zuckerberg, and all those people who are successful in like Dangote, all those people who are successful in business or in any other aspect of life, it's because they didn't give up. It doesn't mean that their life was just like was just straight, but their life was they had those challenges, they have those challenging moments, but because they didn't give up, they are where they are. And when we see them today, we think that, oh, maybe they just like wake up one morning and say, okay, I want to be Dangote, and then boom, it was Dangote. But it takes a lot of determination, a lot of hard work, and a lot of consistency. The second point that I wanna share with you is that don't be afraid to fail. It is natural that when we have something in mind, when we want to do something, we have that tension, like, but how am I going to do this? Are you sure? Like, am I sure? Like, I'm good enough to do this? You understand? But now I want to share with you like an example in the jungle. So, like, the lion is considered to be the king of the jungle. But now, in other aspects, you find that giraffe is the tallest animal in the jungle. And then we find that the cheetah is the fastest animal in the jungle. And then, the other hand, we find that the wolf is considered, the fox is considered to be the smartest animal in the jungle, while the elephant is the biggest animal in the jungle. But why is the lion considered to be the king of the jungle? You know why? It's because the lion dares. The lion is brave. The lion always takes risks. So if you want to get to the success of your dream, don't afraid to take risks. Take that risk. Do that thing that a lot of people don't do. Think differently from the rest. You understand? So if we think different from the rest, That's what makes us successful. But is it a one day thing, like just today you try and then you fail and then you say, oh, okay, as long as I tried, then it's fine. No, you get up one time, you fail one time, you get up eight times more. You fail, you get up, and then you try again and again and again. And I remember Muhammad Ali said, I quote, "We don't fail, we either win or learn." So once we fall, that's when we learn, and then when we get up, we come up with new ideas and new strengths and all those kind of things. And the truth is that as we are pursuing our dream, as we are working towards our success, there will be a lot of things that comes up, and because success is not a cheap thing. If it was a cheap thing, then everyone would have been there. You understand that now success is very hard. It's very hard to attain. That's why you see that it's just a few number of people who get there. A lot of people they give up along the way. So there are a lot of things that we like you face whenever you are pursuing your dream to a success. Like things like disappointment, rejections, even those people that you trust that, oh, okay, I have someone, I have this. They're the people that you look up to that they will be there, they will have your back. They can turn their back on you and then deny you the support and all those kind of things. You have those heartaches, you have betrayals, and you lose friends. There's so many things that you have sleepless nights, and then you have depressions and stress. All those kind of things they make you strong. They are not there to stop you from attaining your dream, but they are preparing you. They are tools that are preparing you for what you need. Because the higher you dream, is also the temptations and then the obstacles will also be higher because of depending on where you are going. So like don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid like to fail. Fail enough. But once you fail, wake up, dust off your feet and keep growing. And my third principle that I want to share with you is that be consistent, be focused, and never give up. You see, there are times that maybe whether you are studying academically or whether you are in sports, for example, maybe boxing, and you lose one game and then you say, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing this thing again. It's a thing of consistency, not just one Saturday and then the rest of the days that you are relaxing. There's no relax in the pursuing of your dream. If you want to be successful, you must be consistent each and every day. Make sure that you do those seemingly little things, but if you combine them after a couple of times, you find that you have achieved something. Something like things like writing in a journal, saying your prayers every morning, reading books, checking up on other people, learning from those who are successful, like associating with those people whom you admire. Like there's this saying which says, um, um, associating with achievers, you also become an achiever. So, like for example, like all of us we gather in this 30 before 30 project because like we have a single mind. Like we want to change the leadership of Africa. Like yesterday, Francis Meribe was saying that a lot of most of our leaders in this continent they rely on government funds for them to feed their stomach and that breeds greedy and selfishness. But once we make ourselves, we know how to make money on our own. That's when we can be good leaders and be able to guide other people and make Africa a different place in the next generation. You see, and that's my third. That's my third principle that I also like try and apply in my own life. Keep going, keep moving, never give up. Have that big heart. Like, there's something that I always like tell myself when I'm doing something hard, and it has really helped me in small ways, but I've seen a lot of changes in my own life. Like I say to myself when I'm working out or when I'm going to work or when I'm doing anything challenging, I tell myself that you are made up of steel. You understand? I tell myself that I'm a lion. I have a big heart. I can do anything. And those kind of things that I tell myself, they give me a lot of strength. And when I feel something, I feel that pain inside, and then I say, no. When tomorrow I go there, I must do that thing. And then you find that in small ways, I'm getting better and better and better. The first principle that I want to share with you is don't mind about the criticism or the naysayers. You see, it's kind of natural when you have a big dream and then people will say, what are you talking about? You want to be like Bill Gates, you want to be like Dangote, you want to be like Francis Mary. You see, you just look at yourself. You don't have this, you don't have that. But now the thing is, this is your dream. This is what you are dreaming to do. It's not a community project. It is your dream that you wanna do. You wanna achieve. You see, another example that I always emulate is that an attitude of an ego. You know, an ego is a bird that it flies alone. You understand? If an eagle flies alone, you can't find an eagle flying with parrots. Why? Because an eagle has a vision. It looks like a very far, and an eagle like he likes challenges. When there's storm, that's when an eagle goes out. While other birds like they hide in their nest, but an eagle goes out when there's storm. So this is the attitude that you must have when you want to achieve something, when you wanna achieve success, when you wanna be an achiever, when you wanna be successful in every aspect. It doesn't matter what you do, anything that you do, no matter how small it is, anything that you do. If you wanna shoot for the stars, you must ignore the naysayers. Use that criticism as your strength. Use it as to build your energy and your muscles to work extra hard and to prove them wrong. That if you say that I can't do this, then I will do it 10 times better than you think. You know, that's the attitude of a champion. That's the attitude of an achiever. That's the attitude of successful people. They don't they ignore the naysayers, and they always keep focused, and they don't follow the crowd. You know, there's this saying that a highway to success is empty. There's no traffic there. So like when you are pursuing success, there's not a lot of people who think like you, because a lot of people like they just be contented. Okay, I have a job. I'm working. I can pay rent and put food on my table. That's fine. That's okay to have that mindset. But if you have a dream, like you want to achieve something big, and you really need this thing, you must be different. There's no way you can be like anybody else. You must be different in any way. You must be different, and you must have that caliber that I dare, and I'm gonna do this thing, and then you follow that thing, and then you do it. And lastly is something that I think the good example is Francis Meride. The things that he has taught me, and he has like showed his selfless services in this project, and not only in this project, but so many other things. For those who know him very, very well, and there are also a lot of good people in this platform, in this our project, that we will one day cross our path and meet and share our ideas face to face. But now this man, I have known him for a couple of years, but he has been a very good influence to me. Another thing, the last thing is don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. I will repeat, don't just aspire to make a living, but aspire to make a difference. You see, like Africa has a different culture. I don't know, but this is just a fact that I believe it. We have a culture of letting other people down. When we have something, we feel like this is my own, and I suffered for it. Let other people also suffer for it. But that's not the thing. Like that's not life. That's not what life is all about. We must always think of when we get on the top to the top there. We must always think of giving back, thinking about somebody or something that we can do to help other people to also find their own way, to find their own way to where we are. And that's the only way that we can make Africa, the next generation, to live a different life, than the one we have. And you find that in this our continent, like one of the like I think 90% of our problems comes with greediness of our leaders of in Africa here. And I think I have lived long enough in the few years that I have been to discover and to learn the things that really keep us going back. I think Francis also mentioned yesterday that the people that are just there to acquire wealth, to acquire money and wealth for themselves, but they don't think about the people. You see, I will give examples of countries like Nigeria. Nigeria is a very great country, a country that has everything. The country which is blessed. Before I went to Nigeria. I was just like I could just hear one or two things about it, but when I got there, I was like, wow, they have oil, they have a very good land, they have oil, they have very smart people and intelligent people. But now the problem is the leadership of that country does not lead to the potential of the nation. The things that the country has been blessed with, the resources, to be more precise, the resources of the country has been squandered, and the people are living in poverty. But if you look at it very well, you find that Nigeria is a very, very rich country. It's a superpower. It's not just a country, but it's a superpower. But it's because of this blind leadership that we do have, and you find that people still live like below $1 per day in a country like Nigeria. So, like, I think this project is something that will help us to change our mindset. That once we get there, whether it's in business or leadership or whatever it may be, when we get that success, it doesn't mean that we must after we become billionaires. But as we share ideas, as we communicate like this, and I think we spark. We might not be maybe the ones legally to change these things, but those people who will come after us, or those people that will be inspired by our ambitions and work, they will be able like to live in a different lifestyle, and then we'll find that for maybe in the next 50 years, Africa will be a different story. And I think it starts from us, and I believe that Secret Before Secret is one of the greatest projects that has that dream that has the ability to change this thing, and it's a responsibility for each and every one. If we love our continent, we must start from the societies that we are living in our families, the people around us, our friends, and then we can go on and on and on and on, and spark a lot of minds, and build a better continent, and build a better nation. And I think as we do so, and change the perception of our people, the mindset of our people, because I think the only difference between the only margin that like we have between Africa and our folks outside there is the mindset. African mindset most of the times is we don't support each other. We are not unified. We are not a unified people. We are not a united people. You find that even in small countries, people are fighting the whole time. They can't even be one people and then make use of what they have, but they are fighting. Countries like Malawi, for example, a few months ago, there were elections, and the elections were legit, and all those kind of people were fighting. Some people lost their life. So I mean, but if we can't unite a small country like Malawi, then how can we unite big countries like maybe Nigeria and some other world developing country like Morocco, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and so on and so forth. So it starts with us, and if it's not us, then who? Then if it's not now, then when? So I believe we have the ability to change things in this our beautiful continent, which has is the richest continent in terms of resources, but The only thing that we need is this kind of education to change our mindset, to change the way we do things, and dream higher and believe in ourselves that we can be able to have a better life in the next few, like maybe 50 to 100 years to come. So before I go, I want to just appreciate each and everyone who is with us here, and more especially Francis Melide, and everyone out there for your participation and everything. And before I go, I will just also remind you the five principles that I mentioned. First is find your potential and vision and follow it. The second one is dare to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. That's part of your way to success. And the third one is be consistent and be focused and never give up. It's not just a one day thing. It's not a cheap thing. It needs consistency each and every day. And the fourth one is don't mind the naysayers. Don't mind about what people say. The negative that people say, it's part of your successful story, because other people will hear this, wow, you faced this and that, but you still made it. That's what will inspire other people. The last one is don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. Always make sure that we think about other people, pull someone up, and help them to find their way. And I think that's my humble contribution tonight, and it has been a very great privilege for me here to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Isaiah Brave Banda. Your presentation have been bravely put out, just like your name. This is highly appreciated. I think this is going to change someone's life. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for making time and sharing from your own life so that others can see what could be done. And
Thank you.
I will leave. I'll keep this quote for you. I'll put your name against it. So over time, I'll be using it in my at talks and write-ups and speakings. So permit me to quote Isaiah Brave Banda when he says, "I believe that we have the ability to change our mindset in Africa, and this is where our hope lies." It has been a pleasure for me to host you in this place this evening. Please make time to come again to be with us
Thank you.
as we do all we
Thank you very
can to change the current narrative of Africa that it might become better. Thank you all who are able to view this. At the end of, as we come out of the studios right now, we will share this broadcast where Isaiah Brave Banda, who lives in Cape Town, South Africa, has just spoken to us. And we invite you to join us at the watch party, especially if you were not able to join at the beginning. We also invite you to like, comment on this, ask questions, and then share this in your groups and to your friends so that they can learn at the same time you are learning, because what Isaiah gave to us today is supposed to spread all over Africa so that we can begin the work that is required to make the necessary change in the continent. Thank you very much, Isaiah, and have a great evening. And thank you, African Rising Generation. Thank you.
much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.